this video, I'm going to show you how to build a category section that looks like this, and this, that references Metaobjects. For context, a category section helps steer customers to the right part of your store. Think of a grid for men's, women's, kids, or a slider for vases, bowls, and planters. It's one of the most common sections freelancers get asked to build. However, if a category section is set up wrong, you may have created a problem for yourself. Say you've got 8 categories and they show up across 3 sections on your site. For example, a grid, slider, and I don't know, maybe a banner. Without a shared source, that's the same image, heading, and link typed in 24 separate times. Now let's say either you or your client want to rename front entrance to entryway displays or swap a photo. You're not making one change, you're finding that category on every template and page and fixing it, hoping you didn't miss one. And it obviously sucks, wasting all that time. However, Metaobjects can fix this. You create each category once as an entry and make every section reference it. Instead of digging through your site to update your sections, you only need to update one entry. This is the system I'm going to show you how to set up today. So without further ado, let's hop into the screen and build our first Metaobject. So what we'll have to do is go into settings, and then we're going to go down to meta fields and Metaobjects, and then we're going to scroll down to Metaobject definitions, hit add definition, and then in here, we're going to call this category. Now, there are a few important fields, and most of these fields will work with most sections. So feel free to modify this, but try to stick true to it. So first one is heading, and this is going to be single line text. Then we're going to add in a subtitle, which will also be a single line text. Then we'll have a description, which will be a rich text meta field. Then we will have button text, which will be single line text. And then we'll have link, and that'll be a URL, I believe. So if we scroll down, it'll be a link. Then we will have a image, and the image will be an image file. Awesome. So go ahead and hit save on this. You don't really need to worry about any of these entries below. Just don't select publish entries as web pages. We just want this to be content, not a page. So hit save. Let's exit out of here and go over into content. So inside of our content, we want to select our category here, and let's add our first entry. So for context, we'll be working on a vase store. So we're going to highlight the different rooms that we can put the vases in. So I'll do a living room. For subtitle, I'll put new because this will be new to our store. We'll say browse vases for the living room. And then our button text here will be view living room. And then our anchor text could be view category. For a collection that we'll link to, what we'll do is go over into the collections tab, but make sure you don't close the screen. And inside your collection, you'll want to scroll down, and down all the way at the bottom over here, if you hit edit SEO, you can grab this link here. So this will grab our correct link. So we'll now go back, paste in the URL, and then hit select image. And then for this, we're going to drop in our living room image and hit done, then hit save. Now I'm going to fast forward and then just add in a few different entries just so we have more than one to work with here. Great. So now that we have our Metaobjects added in, you'll notice that we have all of our entries over here in the Metaobjects area. Now let's navigate over into the theme. So now within our theme over here, we can actually add in, pretty much any section that can hold blocks with a image and different text within Horizon. I'm actually just using the regular carousel section. So again, you can just hit plus and then search for carousel within your theme or slider or columns. So once you click into the card, you can select image, and then you are able to then connect an image as a dynamic source. So let's work on the next block here together. Let's select our dynamic content, and then go out and then go into Metaobjects, go category, and then let's focus on the bedroom. Let's click image, and then now you can see the image populate here. Now, if we click on the text, we can actually delete this text and then add in a heading for our text. And then for our description here, we can delete the description and then add in a dynamic source for our description. Now for context, if you are looking to add different sections than the ones you already have, I do have a full library of sections that are professionally built that work with meta fields and meta objects. If you're interested in using one of my sections that I'll show you next, I'll leave a link in the description. Back to the video here, if we scroll down, for example, you can use this category section here. There's also a slider carousel that you can use, and there's also this beautiful category section that you can add into your theme. So in order to make bedroom dynamic with meta objects, what we're going to do is hit change here on the image, connect dynamic source, and again, we'll go into meta objects category and then select bedroom and then select image. We'll then be able to do the same with the link, and we'll also be able to do the same with the heading. Now, we don't want our regular text here, just the meta object text. And as you can see here, it's all linked up, which is awesome. Now, what's really powerful about meta objects and kind of the aha moment with this whole thing is, let's say we wanted to rename this to master bedroom and we just wanted to change that text across the whole site. We can go into our meta objects here, select category, select bedroom, and then we can now rename this to master bedroom and hit save. We're able to now see this change go across the entire theme. So let's hop back into our site and refresh. You'll now notice here that in this section we have master bedroom, and in this section up here we now have master bedroom. Knowing this makes maintaining Shopify site a lot easier because now we have a single source of truth being the meta object. Anyways, I also have a really cool video that you should watch that pertains to why I built a professional section library for Shopify, and you can check out that video here.